Not a
that you
problem.
could take some time out of your day to come and visit us and talk about your book, The New Zealand Weather Guide, which you bought today, so that's great. Firstly, what was your inspiration in writing the book?
I think it started when I was in a flat with about 7 other people, and I didn't think they'd be interested in the weather, and one day someone asked me about it, and I ended up spending about an hour explaining it, moving the salt and pepper shakers around and the butter and all the rest of it, explaining how cold fronts work and all the rest of it. So they got interested, and I was surprised, but it dawned on me then that a lot of people like talking about the weather, and that was kind of the beginning. And then I got the opportunity to write for a magazine called New Zealand Geographic, and I've been writing for them for 20 years. And once I'd 5 years of that under my belt, it sort of seemed a logical step to then have a look at a book. And one of my, well, then ex-flatmates was in publishing, so that made it easy to kind of go down that road. And one thing led to another. It took longer than I thought, it took more work than I thought. But I like explaining stuff like that to people, and they seem to like listening to my explanations.
So do you talk salt and pepper in the book?
Not anymore, I've moved on.
You've moved on.
What it is, of course, once you've got diagrams and you can show weather maps, you don't need the salt and pepper.
Right.
And weather maps are the sort of basic tool to wave under people's noses, because weather maps are in the newspapers, they're on TV, so people are used to seeing them, so you can give them an idea. If this is the sort of weather map you got at the moment, then these are the possibilities for the next day or two, and you don't have to worry about X, but you might have to worry about Y. And then the sort of fine detail of the forecast pans out as you get closer to the event.
So what do you think are the most important meteorological terms a layperson should learn and understand?
I think one of the things that gives us the worst weather is the deep depressions that come out of the tropics, in particular tropical cyclones. Once they come towards New Zealand, they change their character and they're no longer properly termed tropical cyclones. But they're the most destructive, and things that have happened in my lifetime have been the Wahine storm, that was a case. Also Cyclone Bowler, that did a terrific amount of damage in terms of flooding to Gisborne and Hawke's Bay, but also wind damage to many other parts of the North Island. What you often find with a big storm like that is the province that gets all the rain is not usually the province that gets the worst of the wind. So you have this interesting mixture where one province is in line for one sort of disaster and another province gets a different disaster.